Guys, Mr. Randall here again today, and we are learning about the area of a non-right triangle. Okay, we're going to talk about right triangles again real quick, but today should be pretty straightforward. Your quiz is code like always. Make sure you go to this link if you would like more help. Okay, so we know the area of a right triangle to be half the base times the height. Right? Well, what if we have a triangle like this? As you can see, there is no right angle in here, so it's not a right triangle. Well, one thing we could do is we could, and I'll show you guys here quick, what we could do is take it and break it up into two smaller triangles. So I can click on this rectangle here. So what I've done now is as you can see, I've taken it and I broke it down into two right triangles with this line. Well, now, if I want to find the area of this triangle, I'm going to do half of the base times the height being the red part. So that's where this rectangle comes in, goes right there. And I'm going to do that for the other one as well, and that goes right there. Okay. Well, if you look at this, what pattern do you see? Well, it's taking up the same amount as a rectangle with the base and the height. And since we have taken half of those, for this triangle, and for all triangles, it's still going to be the area of all triangles is half the base times the height. So how I've differentiated between the right triangle and the non-right triangle, they have the same formula. The only thing is this line. You need to know this distance. You don't want to know these side lengths. These side lengths aren't going to help you at all. This line is the one that's going to help you. And just for any right triangle, this is what's given for a side length, okay? And then I have another little proof of it again. If I have this triangle, it's going to have this base and then some height going straight up. Well, if I took that, made a copy of it, and flipped it, I would have this. And if we know our shapes, this is going to be a parallelogram, which is base times height. Base, height. Well, what would have to go here then is we would need half. Half the base times the height, which again is the same thing that we've been looking at. Okay, so here I have an example, non-right triangle, as you can see, no square in the corner, and it's obviously not 90 degrees. And so we use this formula, plug it in, half times 12 times 20, half of 240, because I multiplied these together. Well, half of 240 is just going to be 120 square units. We don't know the units used here, so we're just going to use square units. Okay. So here, a real estate company is looking to print its logo, the house, to the right on their banner. The cost to print the logo depends on the area being printed, obviously. Find the area of the house, then the cost, if it costs 5 cents for every square inch printed. Okay, so let's take a look here. We're going to do, well, this square right here, we're just going to do 6 times 6. And that's going to give us 36. 36. And now we're going to have to add that to what the triangle is here. Well, 8 times 4 is going to give us 36. But, again, we need to do half of that. Half of 32 is going to give you 16. 16. So now we're going to have to add all that up, and we would get 52. But again, we have to find the cost if it costs 5 cents to print every square inch. So we're going to take this, multiply it by 5 cents. And now we're going to get 2.6. And in this context, we're going to have 2.60, and we're going to have a dollar sign right here. Okay. And so it's going to cost them $2.60 to print this onto the banner that they're printing. Okay? Remember, triangles, half of the base times the height. Right here, the height being 12 because that is the total amount of how tall the triangle actually is, okay? And always go to this link if you need help. Here are your quizzes again. Have a good day, guys.